Summary 1. Ego is recognition without work. Ryan Holiday portrays the ego as an insatiable desire to gain recognition without undertaking the necessary work to earn it. Recognition, typically, is a companion to success. Yet, there are those who seek this recognition prematurely, before success has been genuinely achieved. Holiday illustrates this with the example of Ulysses S. Grant, a former president of the United States. Prior to his presidency, Grant was a renowned general, celebrated for his significant military accomplishments. However, his prowess did not extend to the political arena, a realm in which he lacked experience. Nevertheless, Grant's ego led him to believe that his military success could be seamlessly transferred to politics, fueling his ambition to secure the highest political office. This presumption of success, Holiday argues, is a clear manifestation of Grant's ego. In contrast, consider William Sherman, another successful general who served alongside Grant. Sherman, unlike Grant, was not driven by ego. His ambition was firmly rooted in a solid foundation of genuine achievements. As the end of Abraham Lincoln's second term approached, Grant was resolute in his determination to enter the political fray. Sherman, on the other hand, chose to remain dedicated to his proven field of expertise, military leadership. Summary 2. There's always more to learn. Our ego thrives on the illusion that we possess all the knowledge there is to have. Yet, the truth remains that there is always more to learn. By reminding ourselves of the simple fact, we can keep our ego in check, preventing it from consuming us. There is always someone more skilled, more knowledgeable than we are. Ryan Holiday shares the story of Kirk Hammett to illustrate this point. Hammett, a prodigious guitarist in the 1980s, was invited to join Metallica in 1980, an opportunity that could have catapulted him into the pantheon of rock legends. However, Hammett, acutely aware of his need to grow, declined the offer. Instead, he chose to become a student of guitar virtuoso Joe Satriani. This period of apprenticeship allowed Hammett to hone his skills and evolve as a musician. 3 years later, he accepted Metallica's offer, now ready to claim the recognition he had earned through dedication and hard work. Today, he is consistently ranked among the greatest guitarists of all time. Moreover, imparting knowledge to others is another effective way to keep our ego grounded. Frank Shamrock, a renowned martial arts expert, firmly believes that training beginners is instrumental in maintaining a humble perspective. It helps us appreciate the entire spectrum of skill levels and serves as a reminder of the hard work invested in reaching our current proficiency. Summary 3. Aspiration without action is nothing. Ryan Holiday advises us to cease the endless talk and commence the doing. Merely expressing your aspirations to others is often a ploy to gain admiration and feed the ego. Those who have achieved true success throughout history are the ones who have mastered the art of delayed gratification, finding satisfaction only after the task is completed and done right. Before embarking on any endeavor, pose this question to yourself: am I doing this to be somebody or to do something? If your motive is solely to become somebody, you're merely nourishing your ego, seeking actions that will garner you praise and affirmation. The alternative is to pursue an action for its own sake, driven by the desire to make a tangible difference in the world. More often than not, it is this type of action that leaves a lasting impact. Summary 4. Success relies on keeping your ego in check. Success, while gratifying, can also be a catalyst for the ego to take control. Yet, your continued success hinges on your ability to keep this ego in check. It is all too easy to succumb to the belief that you are invincible, the greatest, when you achieve a measure of success. Consequently, you may cease to challenge your ego, allowing it to grow unchecked. History is replete with examples of highly successful leaders who stumbled when their ego overtook them. This downfall is often linked to the misguided belief that they no longer needed to adhere to the fundamentals of success. To guard against this, strive to reconnect with the world around you. Take a walk in nature, or lose yourself in the vastness of the night sky. Experience the infinite and allow it to ground you, to reconnect you with the basics of life. Each time you feel yourself drifting away from these fundamentals, make a conscious effort to re-establish that connection. Summary 5. Failure is part of life. No one rides the wave of success indefinitely. Life is marked by two constants: change and transformation. When faced with failure, you have a choice. You can allow your ego to consume you, letting failure break you. Or you can embrace failure as a stepping stone, a learning opportunity that propels you toward future success. Ryan Holiday categorizes failure into two types: alive time and dead time. Dead time is characterized by self-pity, blame, and a sense of helplessness. It is a period of passivity, as Robert Greene points out, where one feels hopeless and stuck. Conversely, alive time is marked by action and growth. During alive time, you leverage failure to learn, to evolve, and to become a better version of yourself. Failure is not the end, but a pivot point. It is your response to failure that determines your path forward. Choose to make every moment a lifetime, and watch as even the darkest moments become catalysts for growth and success. Summary 6. Use these 9 tips to challenge your ego. Tip number 1. Plus and equals. To frequently challenge your ego, surround yourself with a diverse range of people. Seek out those who are better than you at the tasks you're most interested in. These are your +S. They will help you grow by challenging the notion that you've made it or are the best you can be. Additionally, engage with those who are less skilled than you in these tasks. These are your S. Helping and teaching them fosters humility and shifts your focus from personal success to supporting others. Lastly, connect with your equals S. These individuals will push you to give your best effort, reminding you that it's the effort, not the success or failure, that truly matters in life. Tip number 2. Don't be passionate, be purposeful. Ryan Holiday cites the example of John Wooden, the renowned basketball coach of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Wooden was known for his dispassionate approach, contrary to the stereotype of overly passionate coaches. He believed that passion and emotions could obstruct the task at hand. Holiday argues that we should challenge the idea of passion and focus on purpose instead. Purpose removes the ego from our aspirations, pushing us to ask how we can reach our end goals rather than merely dreaming about success. Make your life about what you must do and say, not just what you care about and wish to be. Tip number 3. Try to become a student and stay a student. Being a lifelong student is fundamental to challenging your ego. It means actively accepting that others may know more or be more skilled in specific domains. By seeking opportunities to learn, you challenge the idea that you are all-knowing, helping you grow and stay grounded in your current understanding and the actions required to reach the next goal. Tip number 4. Get out of your own mind. Plato argued that humans often indulge in their own thoughts, distracting themselves from the tasks at hand. Don't dwell in passionate fiction. Instead, focus on actionable reality. Tip number 5. Swallow your pride. Pride is one of the most dangerous aspects of our ego. It exaggerates minor failures and inflates small successes, hindering our pursuit of greater success. Pride dulls the positive attributes required for success, our ability to form relationships, learn, and adapt. A humble person is always improving, a prideful person is not. Tip number 6. Find the perfect balance. Aristotle described virtue and excellence as points on a spectrum, with the center being the optimum. Holiday builds on this by arguing that we need to find the perfect balance. Moving towards the extremes invites risks and makes it easy to be complacent or overly self-focused. The perfect balance involves sufficiently improving both ourselves and the world. Tip number 7. Detach yourself from the outcome. Holiday uses the example of John Kennedy Toole, whose universally rejected book posthumously won the Pulitzer Prize. This story illustrates the importance of detaching ourselves from the outcomes of our efforts. All we can control is the effort we put in, not the fruits of that effort. Tip number 8. Katabasis. We need to fall to learn. In Ego is the Enemy, Holiday uses the Greek word katabasis, which translates to going down. In Greek mythology, characters often fall to distinct lows before emerging with heightened awareness and knowledge. Embrace your low points as opportunities to learn and grow. Tip number 9. Maintain your own scorecard. Focus on your own internal barometer, your personal measure of success. Strive to become the best person you can be, rather than meeting the expectations of the outside world. Those who focus on internal motivation won't crave the spotlight as much as those who let external validation dictate their success. Summary 7. Most of our success is not our own. A common misconception is the belief that success is solely attributable to our own efforts. More often than not, our success is equally, if not more, attributable to the contributions of others. Recognizing and accepting this truth helps keep our ego in check. Ryan Holiday illustrates this point with the story of Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant, 2 world-class players for the LA Lakers. Together, they won 3 consecutive NBA championships. However, their individual successes went to their heads, leading to public complaints about each other in the media. Eventually, Bryant refused to re-sign with the Lakers unless O'Neal was traded. The Lakers agreed, but the result was a 7-year championship drought. Holiday believes that showing humility and acknowledging the role of others in our success will always yield positive outcomes. By appreciating the collective effort behind our achievements, we can maintain a balanced perspective and keep our ego at bay. Conclusion: ego is the enemy delves into the detrimental effects that the ego can have on individuals and their pursuit of success. Ryan Holiday argues that the ego is characterized by a desire for recognition without the commensurate effort, leading people to prioritize their own desires and needs over what is best for the situation or for others. Throughout the book, Holiday presents examples of individuals whose egos led to their downfall, as well as strategies to keep the ego in check. These strategies include remembering that there is always more to learn, focusing on action rather than aspiration, and being mindful of how the ego influences our interactions and decisions. To keep your ego in check, remind yourself that learning is a lifelong journey. Teaching others can also be beneficial, as it helps you appreciate the spectrum of skill levels and reminds you of the hard work required to reach your current proficiency. Another key approach is to focus on action rather than mere aspiration. Be wary of how your ego influences your interactions with others. If you find yourself constantly trying to prove your worth, it's likely that your ego is driving your actions. Instead, cultivate a habit of listening to others and being open to learning from them. In conclusion, Ego is the Enemy is a profound and insightful read that offers valuable insights into the negative impacts of the ego and provides practical strategies for overcoming it. It serves as a compelling reminder that true success comes from humility, continuous learning, and a focus on purposeful action.